Good morning. It's Jennifer Hollick with Finding the Answers Journey, and today is Tuesday, March 26th, 2019. And I thought I would go live today instead of recording my weekly caregiver video, and actually that my caregiver journey is changing and it's becoming Choosing You First, which is the name of the workshop that I gave in January and the journal that I created to help caregivers kind of look at their life and change their energy. So as I've been recording weekly videos since January, I realized that the things that I talk about are not only for caregivers. They're really to help anybody create their life, because it doesn't matter if you're in a caregiving situation or you're going through a rough patch with your business or your relationship or anything else. If we all can just shift our energy, even just a little bit, it can create so much more in our lives. So from this point forward, it will be called Choosing You First. And if you follow us on YouTube, then the videos will still be put into the caregiver playlist, but then there will also be a Choosing You First playlist. So hopefully you can follow us there and catch up on some of those videos if you haven't seen them. So I've been back in Chicago for about a week and a half. It feels like it's been months since I left the Netherlands. I think the more intense life got last year with my husband's health and everything with balancing kids and travel and business and everything else, that time is kind of playing tricks on me. And I think a lot of people are feeling this, and it's almost as if we're living in different realities and different timelines where maybe we feel like we're having a little bit more deja vu, or something else is going on that maybe is just different from what we're used to experiencing. And I felt that quite a lot this month, like I was living in a couple of different places, especially in my dreams at night, and that was kind of creating some interesting things in my world. So the energies have been quite interesting this month, and Mercury retrograde I think is finished now, and other things are shifting. We are in spring, and it's all very exciting and good. Now, with the Choosing You First and trying to focus on myself as a caregiver and creating more than the stress that had been, I made a lot of choices last fall and into this year. And then when I was in Europe with my husband, a lot of things happened. If you followed those videos, you know. And I made some other choices. And one of the things that I realized I really need to put back in my life is more structure and scheduling. Before I met Johan, I used to really go with the flow. I knew what I needed to do. It was like very clear in my head. Of course, I did have whiteboards up. You know, the kids were smaller, so nobody had to be run everywhere every day, and we weren't coordinating all these different schedules. So the energy was different, life was different, and I didn't need to be so structured. Now, I need to be much more structured, and I've been in a lot of resistance to that. But a few weeks ago, a friend of mine on Facebook posted this 30-day challenge that helps you do some marketing and creation in your business to promote what you offer and to increase your income if people choose what you offer. And I thought, you know, that might be the perfect thing for me, because I need some structure. It's a 30-day challenge, and when the 30 days are up, it's gone. So if I don't participate every day, watching the videos, doing the homework, creating what this course is supposed to create, I basically lose my money and it will have been for nothing. So the challenge started yesterday, and I did the homework, I watched the videos, and I watched most of the videos already this morning and got an interesting point of view on life, my stories, things that a lot of us are afraid to share, things that could really help other people. So I did some journaling on that, and I still have to finish watching one of the videos and see what else this coach has to say. But so far, I'm loving it, and I know it's going to get a lot harder than this, but that's okay, because this is going to push me to expand my entire life living in reality and to meet some goals that I've really wanted to, but didn't, because I didn't have that structure and scheduling in place. So this week, one of my targets is to create my schedule, stick with that schedule, and make sure that I'm included in that schedule for downtime, to have some fun with my kids because it's spring break, to go to the gym. Tonight is Zumba. So those are things I'm working on. And when you tell the universe that you're ready to do something, it will conspire to help you. It will put things in front of you that allow you to choose or not choose. And if you're not really paying attention, the universe may put it in front of you 3 or 4 times, and then maybe you'll realize, oh, maybe I should pay attention to this. So the universe has been conspiring in a lot of different ways for me this month. And it's more on a body level, energy level, business level, and it's really kind of exciting. It's a little bit scary, but yet it's very exciting. And one of the things that the universe did was to connect me with an incredible woman. And this woman, it was Michelle Hoffman, and she wrote a book called let me make sure I give the correct title, Life Worth Living. And it's available on Amazon right now. I'll post the link with this, and I'll be sure to post it on my other accounts. But a colleague recommended her book to me last week, and because another colleague had posted about it, Michelle and I connected, and yesterday we had a 2-hour phone call, and it was like we were picking up as best friends from another life. You know, all the things that best friends talk about, we just talked about. It was easy, it was fun, we laughed a lot, and we learned quite a lot about each other. And she did give me her book to read. I was not in a place this weekend that I could do that. I had an energy session Thursday, and I had another one Sunday that completely shifted a lot. I'm still shifting, and it's really turning my business and life upside down a little bit, which is good. And it's posing a lot of questions that are difficult to answer, have no answers right now, but that's okay, because I'm sure things will show up, and I'll know what to do with all of these things that I'm hearing. So we spoke for 2 hours, and yesterday morning I did read about 20 pages of her book, and it was very inspiring. And she is a widow. She lost her husband a couple of years ago, and she's raising 2 kids. And her book is about moving forward after you've lost your spouse and you're raising your kids, and how do you create your life, and what things do you do. And within the first 20 pages, it was pretty clear that I need to pay attention to this book and see what I can learn from it. And actually, when she offered it to me last week, I said, you know, if it was in paperback right now, which it will be later this year, I said, I would buy it, I would read it. But I just read so much on my computer all day that I don't want to sit and read another book on my computer at night for fun. That's not fun for me. But the universe kept saying, you really need to read this book. So she gave me a copy, and I started reading it. And there are a lot of things in there that are important for anybody, because we are all going to die at some point. And whether we're taking care of somebody who's ill, where it might be closer for them than it could be for us, even though I know any of us could go at any time, she gives a lot of good questions to ask yourself about, are you doing these things? Are you 100% ready to whatever? And then she asks the question. And it really made me think, because there are things that I have started to put into place here and in the Netherlands, and things that I haven't yet that we still have to discuss, and things that I didn't even consider that are in her book. So I'm looking forward to finishing that, and I'm actually highlighting a bunch of things as I go through it, because I think they'll be good to discuss with her, and maybe even talk about in some Facebook Lives. And she and I are talking about doing a couple of, maybe a Zoom webinar where we talk about her book and her experience, maybe a little bit of my experience, and what's possible there to create your life. So I will post her link with that and with this, and actually I'll do that right now. and then also put it into the notes. But yeah, check out her landing page for her book. Reach out to her. She also does coaching, and she's very magical and amazing and positive, and you know, she's really got quite a lot to offer. So please do check her out. One last thing that I would like to talk about today is when we give more of ourselves to other people than we do to take care of ourselves. And going back to the caregiver thing just for a little while, as a caregiver, we give, it seems like 99.9% of ourselves to whoever we're caring for, and we don't focus much on ourselves at all. But even when we're not in that situation, a lot of us do still give way more to other people than we do to ourselves. And what does that create for us? Maybe in the short term, it creates some great feelings. We're helping people, you know, we're doing what we think we're here to do. We're contributing to creating change. But in the long term, if we continue that, what does that do to our bodies? What does that do to our energy? What does that do to creating our lives if we're always helping other people try to create theirs? Especially when you might feel a bit of resistance from the people you're trying to help. And I'm quite a bit guilty of that because I give a lot to a lot of other people, and especially my husband. Lately, more this week, since everything is shifting since my energy sessions the last several days, I've been looking at how much am I giving and where is that really taking away from the things I'm trying to create. And with this 30-day challenge that I'm doing and the scheduling that I have to do to make sure I get through this and do everything that is required and create the things that I really would like to create and move forward, because I would like to do so many more things than I'm doing right now in business and life, that I need to look at where am I giving too much and where do I need to rein it in and focus more on me. Because I've noticed giving so much really depletes my energy, and if I'm not in the gym, which I know I've only been back a week and a half, but it feels, like I said, for a lot longer, and I've not been as consistent in the gym. I've been a bit more tired, feeling a little bit run down, and just trying to, I guess, regroup here. But the more I give, then the less energy I have for myself. So it's a balance thing. You know, we really have to look at refilling ourselves and creating some kind of balance, and that balance is always shifting. It's kind of like being on a circle that's supported by, you know, the tip of a triangle, and it's always moving. So somebody's always going to get a little more than somebody else, or some area of our life will always get a little more than something else, and then it shifts again. And that's more the balance that I'm kind of looking for, not always putting everything out there and not taking care of me, because that doesn't create. It runs me down, makes me sick, and then I can't enjoy my life or my business or my clients or my kids, or it's springtime in Chicago now, so, you know, some of this nicer weather that's coming in. So my invitation to you this week is to look at where you are giving out so much of your time and energy to other people, other things, places, whatever that is in your life. And where can you find some balance so that you are also taking care of you? Because again, if we don't refill ourselves, we can't really continue to give to everybody else in the way that we would like. So that's one target for you. Another target might be, how many ways can you take care of yourself that would be fun for you this week? And I'm looking at that. Like I said, I'll do Zumba tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. And tomorrow I'm going to paint pottery with my boys. Well, they're going to paint. I'm not so creative in that way, so, you know, we'll see if I do that. And we'll see what the weekend brings. You know, hopefully it'll be nice weather and the boys and I can get out and go have some fun and do something. So we'll see. But what ways can you this week have some fun and take care of you? And finally, maybe look at, where do you need some structure and scheduling in your life? And what would that create if you did that? So thank you for joining me today. And I'll be sure to get the videos posted on our YouTube channel and on the Finding the Answers page, and I'll put an article, or the website, and I'll put an article with it with a lot of other questions and some other resources that might be of interest to you. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.